Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel for an album walkthrough. And again, I've been very lucky to get to play with some new Cool Cat products. So I've been testing this out, and what they've just come out with is a new album kit. So what it is a new album cover made out of some nice strong grey board. And you get two cover sheets. So as you can see from here, you get a double layer one, and the acetate, and then the spine and the back. So you get the album cover, but you can also get these. So these are some Archway tags. Now these work brilliantly with this album because they are the same proportions and the same shape. So having them together means you can get this cohesive look through the entire thing. So I've used some Ocean Blue by Graphic 45 to decorate mine. I used the 8x8s. So you don't need the big 12x12 sheets either, because the album is 7 3/4 by 7 1/4. So I've started off with these Ocean Blue octopus papers. And I chose these papers because I thought it looked like an aquarium sort of looking in through that gap. So you see, totally see-through. So this is actually page 1. Then just some papers on the side and a border strip, because this was like a leftover piece from cutting something. So it wasn't quite big enough, so I just used those borders to hide that gap there. So the dies then you get, so they sort of lend themselves to being two separate sets. So they're a tag shape with this lovely arch on the top. And the ones on the left are slightly bigger. So these actually fit in between each one of these to give you a lovely thin matten layer. So you can use that one, and then you can take this one and you can mat that onto the largest one of these. And then the center ones are slightly different because you get the outside and the inside cut at the same time, and this one fits perfectly on top to create a matten layer in one piece. Which way around? That way. And there's also a slight difference in the largest of the tags, because it looks just as you would expect one of these nesting dice look, but this blade here doesn't cut, it actually creates a score line. But then you could just cut it with a scissors or a craft knife there. But I'll show you then how I've used that in the album. So I've got a little journal card here so we can see some of the tuck spots. So as I said, the album cover has like a two-step method. So I've used some pattern continuation there. So it all, try and show you without the glare. So you can see the pattern continues into there. And then you've got your paper on the inside. So now we can open it up, and hopefully you won't have all that shining. So because we can see this first page through our cover aperture, I've just made a really nice deep pocket for some photo cards here. And then on the bottom, I've used some of the border strips and just glued down the sides and across the bottom, so you can actually tuck something in there. So if you wanted something to show through, you can just tuck it in there, but it's not a permanent feature then. There you go. It does look like they're swimming inside this aquarium behind a glass screen, doesn't it? And each of these pages then is a pocket page, so we can do some photo mats there, which are nice and large, because these pages are actually 7.5 by 6.5, so nice decent size. So I used the 8x8 papers for this. So didn't use any of the dies here because I just needed it flat, because you can see through. So on page 2 then, we've started using some of our dies. And these are actually using those two inside dies. So on the pages I had this sheet which had lots and lots of squares of these little images, which I couldn't think what to use, but actually the inside of this worked perfectly size-wise with it. So if we have a look closer at this, what we've actually got is the outside cut from this paper, so it ties in, and then the inside of this, I was able to move it to where I wanted it to go and die cut it, and then I just slotted that inside that. And then I cut another one of these from black cardstock, and I just taped the center back into place because we were going to cover it anyway, just to make this tag. And I made them into sliding closures. Now, I know some of you have asked for a Cool Cat Quickies on the slider, so this was kind of my little practice one. So it will be coming up sometime in the future. And then it just opens up a nice large flap, which opens up, revealing a pocket. And you close it, and you just slide these back into place, like so. So nice, easy closure actually to make. And then we move on to this page, and I've made a little pocket on the bottom so you can tuck things in. And then I've used that largest tag die here to cut into the paper. And what you'll see is there's a little blue border around the outside because I've cut it straight into the paper. And because this score line here on the left hand side doesn't cut, it's created a flap for us. And then I've just gone down to this size to cut the black mat and layer, and then down one more to cut our paper one on top. So I've used 3 of the dies there to work it up, and then if I take the next one down, I can actually cut my photograph using this die, and it will fit perfectly in there with a little black border, and it'll fit perfectly on here with a little blue border. So don't think about just using them for your album, for your pages. Use them on your photos as well. And again, it's a pocket page. So let's move on to the next. Now, I've been doing these diagonal pockets for a while. So ever since I did it at a Cool Cats workshop. So we've got space here. And basically this is what you'd expect the tag to be. So I've just done one normal tag and used some of the photo slots to cut into the tag. And we've got our 3x3 photo mat here to fit onto the tag. Now, which tag was it? Yeah, so this was made using the largest one. So you can see I've actually cut that then, which is the score line. Just follow the score line with my scissors and cut it into a tag. And then some whisker die pocket then, just to slot it into place here. Let's just pretend I've used a whisker die here, not something I shouldn't have used and I forgot it wasn't out yet. But yes, whiskers. Let's just stick with that for now. But yeah, keep an eye out. And then on this one, I've cut 2 black ones and used their black tape to seal around 3 sides to create a pocket so we can put our 3x4 photos inside there, because the pocket I think is just over 3, yes, 3.25, so you can fit them in there. And again, you've got 2 pockets on each side, so nice and easy to fill up with lots and lots of photos. And again, just ways of using those tags. And then I think these 2 are probably my 2 favorite pages. So this is a nice large pocket here. And then I went OTT with all of these tags. So yeah, I've used the largest and the second largest then for the paper, and put some photo slots. And then this bit moves down here. Look, I wonder why this moves. Because I've used the Cool Cats waterfall die to make this shaped waterfall. Now I did make a bit of a boo-boo here, and I put photo slot on the bottom one here as well. But what I found happened then is when I was pushing it back in, it was getting caught on that one. So I've ended up gluing it down just to hide those photo corners, but I would just leave this plain if I was to do it again. So yeah, so a lovely smooth mechanism And then I've just mounted it onto the pocket so that it's actually usable. So you can put your photos on the tags and you can put photo mats behind it as well. And then for this one, we do have a belly band here, just using the border strips. And the reason being is you can tuck stuff in, and then when you take it out, I've used those tags and some acetate on both sides just to make a window through. So we're looking actually at the back cover here. So when we close it, what we can see are those octopus through that window. And again, when you put your photo mat through, you'll be able to see your photo through there and on the back piece as well. And then the last page, because I could see this through this, I needed a nice big plain piece because you didn't want it all joins and pockets and stuff looking through there. So what I've done, I have put this as a tuck spot just by gluing those 3 edges. But also we have this really deep pocket here, which goes all the way down. But you'll notice it's got this curve here. And again, that was using the dies. So I made my pocket and then I just cut in this notch using those 2 corners from, because it comes to a point, I was able to line it up and create a little finger space so you can move things in and out there. I think this was the piece which allowed me to get that piece out as well. So it's got that piece and this bit, so that's why it was too short, which is why we used the border pieces. So that is my album made with the Archway cover album. So I'll link in the description below for you to find out where you can actually purchase your own if you want them, and the tags, which I can see these are nice and versatile. You've seen now lots and lots of ways of using them, not just to make tags. So that is my Cool Cats latest project. I really enjoyed making it. It was nice just to play around with some of the new projects, seeing what they could do and having the chance to have a little play. And I'm really pleased with the results. So hopefully you are too. And if you are, let me know in the comment section below. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you can, so you can get notified about some projects coming up as well. But I said, any other details you need to know, have a look in the description below. I'll link to my Facebook group, the Cool Cats Facebook groups, so you can have a lot more inspiration. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you all again very soon.